Hello again everyone and welcome to another mural painting video. This time I'm doing a wall mural. And this is my first attempt at doing so. I kept it simple, just did some lettering. I was originally planning on doing a little more, like a border around the lettering. I might still do that at some point, but right now I'm happy with the way things are. Overall, I'd say I did a pretty good job. And this pantry space in our basement is looking much better already. In this video, you will hear some of my thought process along the way and see how I handle some of the little mishaps that happened. Alright, so this is how narrow this space is. It's really hard to film, and it's really hard to put something up on the wall. Like, I can't use a projector at all in here because even though I have one, I can't actually use one. I don't have a short throw projector. I'm not that fancy. So even if I did though, I don't know how easy that would be. Anyway, so you'll see what I'm going to do here. I made my design on Procreate from scratch. Then I scaled it up on Illustrator. I didn't bother making a vector this time because it didn't really matter. Scaled it up in Illustrator, printed it out at the size I wanted it, which was 56 inches by 64 inches. And then I laid all that out. After I printed out the individual pieces, I laid it all out like a puzzle, taped it all together, and then I traced the design on 2 sheets of tracing paper, very large sheets, which I'm going to be putting up on the wall now. We're going to do a very big chalk transfer up on the wall. There's actually a middle ground that I could have taken if I wanted to. Instead of doing all that, I could have used my projector on a different wall, projected it onto the wall, and then just traced it right there onto the tracing paper instead of printing out my design and how many pieces of paper and then putting them all together. I could have done that, but I did it this way instead. Either way, I would end up with, in this case, because this is so narrow, either way, I would end up with this tracing paper that I have to do a chalk transfer on. So we're going to do that. I have to get it set up. And first I'm going to mark off the square, or not square, rectangle, basically, that I measured out for the lettering piece of this mural. And then we'll put the tracing paper up where it's supposed to be and adjust if we need to. And then I'm going to take piece by piece down, do the chalk transfer where I turn it over, do the chalk on the back side, and then put it back the right way again up where it's supposed to be, and then press it on so the chalk transfers to the wall. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And we'll do that because I have 2 pieces of tracing paper. We'll do that on the first one and then the second one. So that's what I'm doing. I think I mentioned, but it's hard to film in here. So I'm going to try to get 2 angles. Hopefully one of them is good at all times. It's a very narrow space and I don't have the proper equipment. I apologize. So I'm going to do the best I can. All right, let's go. Anyway, so I measured from the floor to the bottom of this for my first measurement. And the box that I'm making, so this was 65 inches, I believe. I don't have my notes right now. Of course I don't. I never do. Anyway, 65 inches. And then this was 108 inches, this whole wall here, wide. So what I did was scale that down to a rectangle of 64 inches this way and 56 inches this way. And that's how big the lettering is going to be. That's how big I already made the lettering. So what I'm going to do now is make myself some guidelines on the wall. So I think I'm going to do it equidistantly from the top and the bottom. I know I'm going to do it, so that ended up being 22 inches each on the left and the right. I know I'm doing it that way. I think I'm going to do it top and bottom as well, which would be 11 inches. 11 inches on top and 11 inches on the bottom. I mean, it's hard to tell because what it's gonna look like. That's why I might end up doing this again if I change my mind. Hopefully not. Because what I'm gonna do first is put the guidelines up, and then I'm gonna tape up my lettering pieces and see how they look. And if I like the way they look, then I'm gonna do the chalk transfer. But if I don't like the way they look, then I'm gonna adjust and have to do the guidelines again, which not gonna be that bad. These are gonna stay the same anyway, the ones on the side. So I'll probably start with those, and then we'll see. Maybe before making the guidelines, I'll just put the lettering up and see if I like it, and then I'll make the guidelines. Maybe that's a good compromise. We'll see. All right, so I'm gonna make my markings here. I'll make 22 inches in is right here. Make another one down here. Probably gonna have to move the table. Alright. And then 22 inches on this side. 22 inches. Easy to see on here. Glad that's over. Okay. But I know you can't really see it, but I made left and right margins just for guidelines for myself. Now I said I was going to tape up the lettering first and then figure out how far up I wanted it. So let's do that. And of course I didn't bring the tape in when I did that. I'll be able to adjust it after I put it up. So just stick it somewhere for now. I mean, it actually seems like I didn't make this long enough compared to my calculations, but oh well. It's better anyway. I don't want it that big, actually. Oh yeah, I did make marks. That's right. And I think this one's going to go on top of that one. Of course it is. Okay, well, whatever. Do the bottom. I know I want to move this over a little bit for sure. It's not really in the middle. Actually, it's probably closer that way. Like I said, we're probably going to adjust it later anyway, so whatever. Alright, the bottom is what I really need to tape. Because the top I'm going to be moving when I do the other one. Probably should use that one. I'm going to take some adjusting. I didn't bring my step ladder down here either. I probably should. Another thing I forgot. So let's just pick this up here somewhere and figure it out later. Since I'm doing this myself, you know. Alright. Gonna have to adjust. This definitely needs to come down. But I'm gonna go get my step ladder. There it is. Okay. So. Alright. That's better. I'm not sure if that's exactly where it's gonna be yet. Now I need to put this in front of this. This is way off. Okay, let's hold that for now. I don't even know why I'm doing this because I don't need to. So I made these little marks here to tell me where these, I believe that's, I don't know what that is. Guess I'll find out. Anyway, what I need to do is move that one over. I have to move this tape because I want this to line. So this is, yeah, I believe that's this. And these are the O's or something. I don't know. All right, I need to move this over this way. So it's almost butting up to this probably. And this I'll probably need to adjust so it's butting up to that. Because that's the problem. Now I remember. This is actually, this goes this way more and this goes this way more. So when I was looking at the width, I'm like, why doesn't this fit? Because it's not supposed to, that's why. Okay, well, anyway, let's move this. I know where this goes now, more or less. But it's hard with all the tape and me doing this myself. So, all right. Move this up. Oh no, I forgot that one. Let's do that first. Move this up. Here. Is it like here? Is that what I'm doing? I bet you that's what it is. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, that's lining up pretty well there. Okay, good. Finally got that figured out. Now it's just a matter of, is this on the wall in the right space? And I don't know how picky I want to be about that. I kind of want it in the center. That's why, so everything's gonna have to move down, which, okay, now, I should probably just use this. Take a measurement of 11 down, ish. That was here. All right. So that's where I want the top to be. That's way down from that. So I'm gonna have to do this strategically. But otherwise, this looks good. That's where I wanted it. All right. Cool. Cool. So I'm going to move this down to that line, top one here. Move it all the way down here. Let's see, it's the easiest way to do this. There we go. That's much better. It's not really tight, but we're gonna fix that in a minute. So look. I'm doing this one first, so if I want to adjust this one afterwards, I can do that once I get this chalk on. So, looks pretty good. So, all right, because I need to get chalk all the way up here, which is probably I need the stuck letter for that. All right, let's try it. Without damaging that one too. All right, let's get the good first, and then we'll worry about the food. See how well that worked. Not at all. Pretty much. Right. Really push it in. Really push it in. Right. It's showing up a little bit. You can see a faint outline of the under part of the D from the chalk. This isn't really working. I need to figure out what to do. It's hard to see on this gray wall, I think is the problem. Yeah, I can kind of see the D. This is gonna fall off. Get the tape there. Rub it a little better. Maybe that'll help. That is very, very faint. Makes me nervous. What I think I might do is cut these. Alright. That helps a little. Okay. Let's try this again and see if I can get it to work. I can see it better, but it's not good. It's real hard to see. I can see the D. I can see like the bottoms. I wonder if it's because of the lighting. I'm gonna turn this light off. Oh, that's not good at all. Okay, never mind. How am I gonna do this now? part of the issue is that this light, but I can't turn it off because then I can't see anything. So, got my D up there. I think that's the problem, is this light. Alright, that was the sort of easy part. Well, let's first cut this off because I can tell already that this is going to be an array. Getting there. Getting there. Where do I want to start? Pretty good for that. It's not perfect. I would definitely make this even thicker because I messed that up a little. This. Cut this up first. You leaving already? What are you doing down here? Oh, little silly boy. All right. I got a thicker one. So we'll see how that works. It might be too thick. Hey, quiet. Do I want to cut this up more? Probably. Start over here. Done. A little rough. Fix that up. Next phase. So I'm done for today. Got some white paint. right, everyone. That is going to do it for this week's video. Stay tuned until the very end. I've got some bonus footage and sneak peeks for you. But first, I want to thank you, yes you, for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you found it to be helpful, use those buttons. If you want to see more, you can follow Shrush Design on social media. The links are all in the description. And if you would like to browse my online shops, I have 2 Etsy shops and a Fiverr account, also listed below. If you are local to southeastern Wisconsin, I have even more services available, so you'll want to check out my website for that information. But wait, there's more! If you happen to be planning a wedding in the near future, I have another YouTube channel called Shrush Design Weddings, through which I discuss all of the choices you'll have while planning your wedding. And I also have another channel called Poised Pencraft, through which I teach the art of lettering, calligraphy, and some graphic design skills if you want to learn how to create your own designs from scratch and make each project truly your own. Links for both of those channels are, you guessed it, in the description. So if you're all subscribed now and ready for next week's video, I'll see you then. For now though, I'll leave you with the bonus footage and sneak peeks. Enjoy! Doing the guidelines. What did I do with my level? Why didn't I bring that in here? Guess I'm not ready. Brought it down, didn't I tried to come down here in one trip. Well, 2 technically, but my last one was going to be 1. And I tried to grab everything, and I thought I was grabbing everything. Apparently I wasn't. Whatever. Got my water too, so. Whew. Alright. Crazy hair. Alright. Oops. Of course I did. Of course. It always knocks the lead right out of this. Alright. Try again. Do that. Alright. Only have 2 hands. It's a shame. Well, actually, I know I want to move this. Hold that, please. Let me move this so I don't trip over it, because I will. This is going to take a while. Not bad. Not bad, okay. In fact, it's good. Good. Oh boy, this is all up in the cracks. You know what I mean? Did I ever tell you I failed cutting in kindergarten? But oddly enough, I also failed penmanship. I think I've improved that. Hey there, Nellie. Uh-oh. That's why you cut and you don't rip. I'll fix that. Cutting it off soon anyway. You know? Alright. Hello. Put that in the phone this way.
Yeah. Just be like. Look at how you went.
For sneak peeks, I can tell you that the remaining 5 Wednesdays in 2022 are all going to be packed with holiday projects. Next week, November 30th, will be all about Christmas and holiday card designs and also some creative ways to address your envelopes for the holiday season if you want to be a little extra like I do. As for the rest of the weeks, I'm not sure of the order of everything yet, but I can tell you that there will be another window mural on our front window as part of the holiday decorating. I'm also going to be doing more windows in the house too. There will also be some holiday signage, ornaments, and even some creative ways to wrap gifts. I should have a better idea of the order of the videos next week, so I'll see you then with the holiday cards and envelopes video. And if you're in the United States and are watching this video the day it comes out or the day after, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye.